Okay, this is number 3 from 2022 AP Calc BC exam. So for A, we have to find f0 and f of 5. And so for f of 0, it will be equal to f of 4 minus integral of 0 to 4 f of prime x of d of x. And this area right here will be negative 2 pi so f of 0 will equal to 3 because f of 4 is given, which is 3, minus this integral will be negative 2 pi, where it's going to equal 3 plus 2 pi. And for f of 5, it will be f of 4 plus integral of 4 to 5 f prime of x d of x. And f of 5 will be 3 plus 1/2, where it's going to equal 3.5, because this area here is 1/2. Now for B, find the x-coordinates of all points of inflection of the graph of f for 0, between 0 to 7, justify your answer. So we know that there's point of inflection at x equals 2 and x equals 6, because there's a minimum and a maximum. So the reasoning, f of x has point of inflection at x equals 2 and x equals 6, because f prime of x has relative extrema at those values. C, let g be the function defined by gx equals f of x minus x. On what interval, if any, is g decreasing from 0 to 7? Show the analysis that leads to your answer. So we have to find the g prime of x, where it's going to equal to f prime of x minus 1. And we know that g prime of x is less than 0, and f prime of x is less than 1. And there's going to be the here. And g of x is decreasing on interval 0 to 5, because g prime of x is less than 0 at that interval. So D, for the function g defined in part C, find the absolute minimum value on the interval 0 to 7, justify your answer. So g of x equals f of x minus x is continuous. Therefore, absolute minimum will be at endpoint or critical point. And by using a candidate test, we know that, and g prime of x equals f prime of x minus 1 equals 0, and x equals 5, and x equals 7. And we know these from the previous question. So x, g of x. So for 0, 5, and 7, we know that f0 is 3 plus 2 pi because it's from the question A. For 5 is 3.5 minus 5 equals negative 1.5. And 3 plus integral 4 to 7 f prime of x d of x minus 7 is going to equal to negative 0.5. Therefore, the absolute minimum is negative 1.5 at x equals 5.